right? Thanks to my parents, my mom and my dad. My dad's no longer here. My mom is right there.
Yeah.
Right? So it was their collective genes that gave me this fire and this spark that I've always had. But aside from that, a big part of my passion for justice, freedom, and liberation, and peace and love, it was built by my brother right here in the front, Kelsey, my boy Rayza, right here. He's the one who helped me understand that it's perfectly fine to be a gangster and a gentleman and fight for justice, because the only true justice, the only people who get justice are the people who take it upon themselves. So not a hoodlum or a thug or someone who destroys your community, but someone who builds it and who by any means necessary protects the women, makes sure the children are safe and educated, right, and is willing to fight to the death for their brother. Not by race, but by blood, right? And in that, one of the first things I read as a young boy that I didn't fully understand, but I read it and it was like, it was cool, and I heard stories about it and it was cool, but he helped me truly understand it about 10 years ago. And to understand what I'm about to read to y'all, it gave me the confidence, right, and the courage to truly, truly fight for my freedom, because it is the right thing to do. Some of you have heard what I'm about to read. Some of you may know it intimately. Some of you may have never heard it before. And I'm just gonna read part of it. This was put into Congress on July 4th, 1776. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. This is the Declaration of Independence. We black people, those who consider ourselves black or African American or Negro or color, whatever label we have gone by in the last 50, 60 years, descendants of Africa, we have the human right to be free when, and especially our freedom and our livelihood has not only been restricted, but actually has been terminated at times. It is our right as human beings, when we realize that a system that we are living in, with, or under is not aiding in our life and health, is not aiding in our progress and prosperity. It is the human thing to do, is to figure out a way to become separate and independent. That is the fight for reparation. Give us our land, give us our peace, and leave us the fuck alone. That is what we want, and that is it. There is no hate. There is disdain for those who consider themselves white allies or comrades. Part of the responsibility is on you to speak to your elders, your grandparents, and your children, and your siblings, and your co-workers. Regardless of what they say out their mouth, watch their actions. Talk is cheap. People say anything to sound good and look good. Come dressed in nice suits and shit, and don't do shit. Actually, every move that they make is in opposition of progress of life, particularly black life. We, black people, are American. We are the only true American. This is our land. We need not to leave to have a better life, because truly colonialism is all over this goddamn earth. Yeah. So where we gonna go? That those who want more power ain't gonna come and try to take. So we are Americans, and if you consider yourself to be American, if you consider yourself to be a human and you love life, then it is your responsibility to stand with us. And to do everything in your power, not only to change policy, not only to put money into institutions and systems that support black life, right? But if you come across an injustice, particularly as it relates to law enforcement, defend human life.
Accountability, accountability.
Put your body in a place if you love life. But I get it, everybody ain't built like that. Everybody ain't ready to die for another to have life. I get it.
I am.
I get it. However, if we consider ourselves men particularly, we're gonna live and die anyway.
Absolutely.
We can't risk our life protecting another, particularly, especially if we know that that person did not do anything worth their life being fucking taken.
Amen.
Even if they did.
Even if they did. Come on. That's the godly thing to do. That's the righteous thing to do. That's the Christian thing to do. That's the Muslim thing to do. That's the Jewish thing to do. That's the Taoist, the Buddhist, the Hindi thing to do.
Yep.
That's the human thing to do. It's to fight for fucking life.
Okay.
Brother Kamel mentioned it's not just this speaking, it's not just this passion, it's not just these claps and these chants and these drums that change shit. It's what do we do when we leave here, right? Part of the thing we do when we leave here, as we journey in our everyday lives and work in school and our families, is to not try to shield our children and not try to close our eyes to the shit that's happening. We show up when we show up, and then if it's not media, we don't care. If it's not on the news, if the mayor, the governor ain't talking about a president, we don't care. It's always, it happens, that's them over there. No. What Dr. King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Right? Particularly to my black men and women who are here, brothers and sisters and those who hear this message. Booker T. Coleman, or Baba Kaba Kamini, he said, wherever Africans are, Africa is. Or wherever Africa is, I am home. So brothers, we gotta see each other as brothers and sisters. We gotta see our sisters as our sisters, regardless of if they're blood related or not, regardless of if we're attracted to them and sleep with them or not. No woman should be afraid to walk in her community. No woman should be afraid to go to the store or go in the subway in the community where she live with other black men. But you know what the problem is there? The problem is, because we consider ourselves men, but we don't own shit. We don't govern ourselves, right? So that allows for someone to be able to kill our brother on camera. Parents, feel that. Your child. Your child killed on video, where for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, other people can still watch it. And everybody's not watching it feeling bad. Some people watching it saying that's good. Take all those things into your brain and process that shit. Your child or your parent killed on camera, on video, for the world to see. This shit is a lynching. This shit ain't no different. It's the system that allows it. Slavery didn't fucking stop. It changed shape. It changed form. They changed names. They changed titles. This shit still exists today. And until we can admit that openly, right? Those who consider themselves white, admit it, right? Admit it. Admit it. Admit that this shit has happened and it's continuing to happen. And if you don't want it to happen, then say that and declare that and then fight. Is a place in this movement for every single human being, and some roads are different. Do y'all hear that? Is the freedom ringing in your ear yet? Are we willing to walk these streets and shout for freedom and for justice and for liberation of all oppressed people, particularly and especially black folks, those who consider themselves black in America? Are we ready to walk to this bridge and to go up to Queens Plaza, a place? There's people living in Queensbridge that pay $150 rent, man. People live up there $3 million fucking apartments, and they living in a fucking abyss. Not even oblivious to what's happening over here. Yeah. Oblivious, they smoking and drinking up there. Why they tell us over here we bought our friend that we can't smoke and drink outside? But they do that shit right there. Nobody saying nothing. And so, I'm only one person, right? So to those here who, or those in general who seeking public office, right? Understand and understand that people are tired and fed up. And so your words don't mean shit no more. You gotta show us, you gotta prove, you gotta demonstrate that you stand with the people who you choose to fucking represent.
Talk about it.
Other than that, we gonna raise hell at your office. We gonna make you uncomfortable. if you here just to talk and show up when it sound good, when there's cameras out, but you ain't here fighting for us, if you ain't here standing for us, and if you ain't here working within that fucking system to change that shit, if you in there laughing, joking, smiling with the motherfuckers who are passing policy to continue to arrest us, to continue to fucking keep loans and shit away from us, to continue to keep our... They said they got nothing. They said they don't have enough money to fix public housing. They said they don't have enough money to extend 696 build Queensbridge to the freaking south side. But just 10 minutes away, they built a $44 million fucking library at Hunts Point.
There you go.
$1 million bathroom in the park.
No, $6 million bathroom in the park. The current councilman okayed that and smiled at that shit. $6 million in the
$6
park.
million
People
for a
that's dying
bathroom.
in Queensbridge, not making a fucking penny. Fuck out of here, man. Change this shit. It has to go deeper than politics. Politics and political agenda, it has to go deeper than that. It has to be about human rights. Human rights are nothing. Because the politics, our current politics, the way we think about politics, which is supposed to be just engaging community, right? People, community service. I was 12 years old, we were doing book drives right here, man. I've been in community service my whole damn life. 6 years old, 7 years old, my grandfather in South Jamaica, Queens, giving out turkeys. I've been in community service my whole life. Problem is, there are people who want to be in office, the people in office who this shit is a business idea for them. This is an idea to advance their wealth. This shit is a plan or a strategy to move them up the echelon. We need to stop that shit. Say, nah, if you're not standing with the people, fighting for the people, willing to ride and die for the people who you represent, if you're not willing to cut some of that budget, there's no reason why city fucking councilmen making $150,000 a year when there's people right here who they represent barely making $1,000, struggling just to eat. When you make $150,000, cut that fucking budget. This is the radical shit that needs to happen. From top down, from bottom up. If you say you're human, and if you say you're American and you love American life. Y'all feel me?
Yeah.
Are y'all with me?
Yeah.
Can we walk to this bridge and look over here to Queensbridge Projects and cause some unrest?
Yeah.
What? Hold on. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What are we willing to do for it? That's the question. Ask yourself. Don't answer to me. Answer to yourself. What are you, every single person here, willing to do for justice? What are you willing to do to ensure that human life is respected, protected, right? What are you willing to do to ensure that people, particularly those who consider themselves black, my people, what are you willing to do to ensure that we have a clear path to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Help us get our independence if that's what we want. If we want to be separate, help us be separate. Know that it is from a place of self-love and preservation that we have seen, we have experienced for more than hundreds of years, it's been thousands of years. You know, Europeans went into fucking countries in Africa, man, enslaved them people, man. It's been a long freaking time. It's been too long. It's been too long. It's been longer than that. Yeah. It's been longer for us. This country, it's been our people been oppressed. But it's people who think white supremacy for far too long. But yo, I thank y'all for your patience. I thank you for your ear. I thank you for your heart. And our intention as we walk, I don't fuck with police, right? So our intention is not to get arrested. Our intention is not to engage them at all. At all. To me, the best way to say fuck the police is to stay the fuck away from them, out their system, out their institution. That's the best way for me to say fuck the system, to stay out the system. Every time we engage and involved in that system, they benefit one way or another. So if we truly feel like this system is fucked up, then as we walk, keep that and give them no attention, give them no energy. Let's focus on us. Let's have the conversations amongst each other. Talk to your neighbor, somebody you don't know. Introduce yourself. There's some really great people here. Shout out to my man, Born Justice, High Tracks Entertainment, man. It's a black-owned business in the community throughout the city. There's a lot of things for young people, man. We've been giving back for a decade now together, man.
Absolutely.
There's so many good people here, man. Man, too many good people to name, man. Everybody's a good person here, truly though, right? Because we're here. We're here on a Monday morning. You could have been anywhere else, doing anything else. So I'm grateful for you. I appreciate you. I don't like saying no justice, no peace. Because there haven't been justice and we've been peaceful. So that's not my chant. If you want to chant that, if anyone wants to chant that, you can. But that's not my chant. Because I don't like to say something that I'm not going to embody. and we haven't had justice, and we've been peaceful. So peace is the goal, peace is the lifestyle, peace is the way of life. But understand that a righteous warrior comes from a place of peace. And from this place of peace, it is our duty again to preserve life, to move forward. Peace.
Peace.